Hey, World Entertainment, and has Doctor Who finally jumped the shark? Has it actually now gone too far and will alienate the majority of the fans? Well, by all accounts, the answer to that question is yes, because this next season, Ncuti Gatwa's second season, looks to be going in a direction to make sure that it infuriates fans. And even the actual websites dedicated to Doctor Who are even starting to call this out. For instance, you're getting on Doctor Who TV the actual headline of "One fan's take, Doctor Who used to feel welcoming, now it feels antagonistic." That's right, that is from the actual Doctor Who TV site. Or you get headlines from The Telegraph, Doctor Who First Look Review, a great intro for the new companion, but with an odd preachy subtext. Now, of course, this is going to be the one where we already have a new companion, the Indian girl, which has already not exactly endeared herself to the fans. Yeah, she made the comment of this: if we get Dr. Woke comments, then we know we're doing it right. Yeah, what a great way to endear yourself to the fans. However, Ncuti Gatwa felt like he had to get on the act because he said, "Look at us. We get to be in the TARDIS. We're gonna piss off so many people." Wow, like, the absolute brain deadness of these people is insane. You need to endear these people. You need to get the fans to come back and actually watch your show, because you have the worst ratings in the history of the franchise, a 60-year-old franchise. You have the worst ratings, and rather than say, hey, we really need the fans, we love the fans, we respect the fans, we know this is the world you guys love to watch and stuff like that. No, instead they're like, we're gonna piss off all the right people. What an insane take. But why exactly is this next season gonna be possibly the absolute 100% downfall of Doctor Who? Well, let's have a look at what exactly the first episode of Ncuti Gatwa Season 2, which is technically Season 15, what it actually is, because it says, anything that adolescents can do on Earth, Doctor Who can do in space and time. The sci-fi favourite returns with an episode full of rockets, ray guns, and killer robots, but an underlying theme of toxic masculinity. Welcome to Planet of the Incels. Location unconfirmed, but presumably be somewhere in the manosphere. Yeah, apparently the episode's title is Planet of the Incels. It's not the case of, oh, it's what they're looking at the planet. Rumor is that the title of the episode is Planet of the Incels. I don't quite know if that's the case or not. But what the episode is about is there's a planet that this new companion, who's played by, what's her name, Berate Sithu, probably butchered that, but I'm sure it's in here somewhere what her character's name is. But apparently her boyfriend from years ago chose a star for their anniversary or her birthday or something. Chose a star and went, oh, we're naming that star after you. You know the way you can do that buy the star thing to have your name on it? They do that. And it turns out the star that was picked is a planet. By the way, that's not how stars work, but okay. If people are wondering, what do you mean? Stars are exactly that. A star, aka a sun. So, not a planet, but the planet anyway ends up being overrun by robots, and they end up overthrowing the population or something, the humanoids, I think, and robots rule the planet. And they have an overlord, and they decide to go to Earth, kidnap her, bring her back to force her to marry the overlord and become their queen. And they're basically a planet of incels. Yeah, I'm not messing about this either. Like, this is real. Now here's the thing, right, about this. There is a guy on X who does covers all this kind of stuff on Doctor Who. He adds in something that's not in any of the articles, so don't quite know whether it's true or not. It probably is, but he wrote this. The opening episode of the new season of Doctor Who will be about toxic masculinity on the planet of the Incels, and have the new companion berate the Doctor for, get this, scanning her without consent. Yeah, so apparently the Doctor for some reason scans her, doesn't get consent, and it's like, how dare you, and all this kind of crap. It's also meant to be the fact that she just berates Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor constantly. Yeah. So there's other parts of this saying Veradi C2 makes an immediate impact as Belinda Chandra, I think. The most reluctant TARDIS traveller in recent memory. Feisty and formidable, she takes no nonsense from the 15th Doctor. I am not one of your adventures, she insists. It's refreshing to see the intergalactic know-all on the back foot for a change. Despite Belinda's apparent immunity to the Time Lord's dazzling smile and dashing charisma, it's still a magical moment when she sees the interior of that blue police box for the first time. So you're hearing there, she's gonna be like this bitchy character. Now, the thing about that is, they're trying to say, oh, it's great to see the Doctor on the back foot for the first time. No, we've seen that multiple times, so that's nothing new. By the way, this is one of these articles that like praises it, while at the same time somewhat pushes back against the idea of this episode being about incels. That's their only issue, is the idea that, oh, this isn't quite right, the messaging in it, but overall it's like great, and she's great and feisty, yeah, girl power. It's like they're trying to say this is a bad move, while at the same time trying to say like, yeah, girl power and all this type of crap. So here is the actual thing about the plot. So it says, back in her teens, Belinda's ex-boyfriend named a star after her as a romantic birthday gift. Fast forward to the present day, and the robots living on that far-flung planet come to claim her as their queen. They kidnap Belinda in their spaceship, planning to marry her off to their overlord, the AI generator. Artificial intelligence and male rage. Writer Russell T Davies manages to squeeze 2 hot-button issues into 45 minutes of tea time action. Now, this part is interesting what they say, because again, this is where this article tries to kind of call out what they're doing with Doctor Who now, but as you can see, they're also trying to like, yeah, it's great and stuff, but they can see the writing on the wall, because they write this. It's the family-friendly slot which makes this lurch into gender politics tonally jarring. A hard-hitting Netflix drama is one thing, early evening entertainment is another. One can imagine young viewers turning to their parents and asking what species these scary sounding incels are, and whether coercive control is a bit like a remote control. Good luck answering those, grown-ups. This stab at satire is daft, dumb, and clumsily done. So right there, you're hearing them saying, this isn't exactly the messaging you want to put out to kids. And that's the issue we've all had for so long right now with what they're doing with Doctor Who, with Russell T Davies coming back, bringing Ncuti Gatwa in. No one had an issue that Ncuti Gatwa was a gay man. Make no bones about that. Everyone's trying to, oh, you're all just bigots and crap. No one had an issue with that. That's his life, whatever. But he's playing the character of the Doctor. The problem is, you've started to bring their real world experiences and stuff into it, and starting to try and justify what they believe is their true existence. And I'm not talking about Ncuti Gatwa here, I'm talking about Russell T Davies. By bringing in the trans actors, the drag queens, all of this stuff, and they're shoving it in. And now we're literally having a planet of what they're calling the planet of incels. That it's all about toxic masculinity. It's like mind-blowing that this is what they're doing, where it's like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? Why would you alienate your fan base? Why would you literally tell people to piss off? Even like over here at that Doctor Who TV, they wrote, in a recent Radio Times interview, Situ addressed some of the backlash that the show has faced, saying, I just think we're doing the right thing if we're getting comments like that. Gadwa added, we're going to piss off so many people. I couldn't help but sigh at this, because all I could think was, I missed the days when it felt like the marketing and mission of the show was to bring people together. That's the Radio Time, that's the thought of the guy who wrote this article on the Doctor Who site. He's even now calling out, you've gone with Russell T Davies and Ncuti Gatwa, and they are going so far in the opposite direction, doing everything they can to tell original fans and possible new fans to piss off. You are not wanted, you're not welcome, this isn't for you anymore. And all that happens is nobody watches. Like, this video no doubt will get tons of comments going, oh, you're just racist, you're bigot, blah blah blah. And yet, none of you people saying it, writing it, any of that stuff, the number one, you're probably not even watching the video. You're probably just clicking on pausing to write your hate. Good for you. But the problem is, yous have all pushed so hard for Doctor Who on the show to represent and look like you. And the issue is, once it does, you don't stick around and support it. You walk away and go and try and do it to the next thing. And then this crap fails, and then you try and blame all of us. No, we've all just been told to piss off. That is literally what the showrunner and the two stars of this show have said. Oh, we are going to piss off the right people. Oh, look at us. If we're getting Dr. Woe comments, we're doing the things right. All this stuff. And now the actual Doctor Who website is calling it out. And you have articles that is trying to praise the idea of the new companion and Ncuti Gatwa and stuff. But even they're calling it out, saying, you've gone a bit far this time. Overall, it's a very bad move for Doctor Who. And this is probably truly going to be the nail in the coffin. I don't think it gets picked up for season 3. I think this is truly it. This is where Disney pulled. And by the way, for the people who will jump in and go, Disney have no power, they have no say, it's a BBC, blah blah blah. Disney have all the power because Disney have handed over $100 million. They control the majority of this show now. Not the BBC. The BBC just make it. Disney funded these 2 seasons. So Disney have all the power here. If Disney pulled the plug, then the BBC have to either phony up the money themselves to try and continue, or they are done. And even the BBC, and even Russell T Davies has admitted, without the Disney money, we're pretty much screwed. So yeah, Disney hold all the cards with this one. So they could truly end this show, and that will be it. And that's the worst thing possible to even imagine. The fact that all these franchises that we've all loved, grown up with, adored all these years, 60 years Doctor Who's been on the air, and modern day bullshit looks like the thing that's going to bring down. Not terrible actors in it, not this, not that, not oh these people just can't get up. No. Modernism shit being shoved in there is what has finally killed these franchises. And I'm not just talking about Doctor Who, I'm talking about a lot of them. Star Trek, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, you name it. All the things we've loved. And hopefully, all the things that can somehow get back on track at some stage and get back to us being able to sit down, enjoy them, and love them again. We'll have to wait and see. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.